get in the gym, I gotta eat healthy, I gotta run, I gotta not have sex with my man for 6 weeks, I gotta do all this stuff.
So every time she be like, Pap upstairs, I'm like, but do we wanna be? Somebody gotta go do a welfare check on that man. I think she lame.
Let's take a step back and go through this slowly, because the situation around Claressa Shields and Papoose has become one of those stories that keeps growing every time someone adds a new detail. What started as simple relationship gossip has now turned into a much bigger conversation online, with people questioning not just what is true, but also how their relationship actually works behind the scenes. Right now, the biggest claim making noise is the idea that Claressa may have brought other men into their private space and that Papoose was somehow involved or aware of it. To be clear, there is no solid proof of this. It's an unverified rumor.
But what ways has Papoose brought you peace?
It's like he has some experience over me as far as in like how long he's been here, so.
I just don't lift as heavy as him. So once again, ladies, I'm gonna use the weight that works for me. He does like a lot of bodybuilding.
But the reason it's spreading so quickly is not because it came out of nowhere. It's because of everything that has already happened between them, the way their relationship started, and how both of them have been acting publicly. When people look at the full timeline, they feel like there are too many strange moments to ignore. So even a wild claim like this starts to feel believable to some, not because it's confirmed, but because it fits into the picture they already have in their minds. To understand why things have reached this point, you have to go back to the beginning of how this relationship became public. A lot of people trace the drama back to when Remy Ma exposed messages in late 2024. According to her, Papoose was still living with her at the time while Claressa was already texting him in a very personal way. These were not casual messages. They were check-ins, conversations that felt close, like something deeper was already forming. One detail that really stuck with people was the claim that Papoose fell asleep.
We're in charge if he deceased.
And he's dead, right.
Slow motion. See what I'm saying? Y'all awesome slow motion on the spectrum type females. Like, go on somewhere. What are you talking about?
That's 50. Why we here acting like 50 need a reason to mess with somebody?
Right. Because usually there's a reason. There's something that happens.
He gonna troll you tomorrow. Oh, I'm never gonna stop talking about my man. I just brought him his food in the back because he was upstairs. Ain't that y'all joke? Oh, he's upstairs. Just brought him his food. And y'all talking shit, but guess what? Ain't nobody gonna ever make me stop talking about my man.
Sleep on the phone with Claressa while still in the same house as his wife. Then when Remy allegedly picked up the phone and spoke, the call ended right away. That moment alone made a lot of people feel like something had been going on long before the public knew about it. From that point on, many viewers stopped seeing this as a clean relationship. Instead, they started seeing overlap, confusion, and blurred lines. And once that kind of doubt enters people's minds, it doesn't go away easily. But the story didn't stop there. Another layer was added when people began talking about Claressa's past relationship with her former trainer, Tony Richardson. Claressa had suggested that relationship ended before anything serious began with Papoose. However, people connected to Tony told a different story. They claimed the timeline wasn't as simple as it was being presented. Then social media users did what they always do. They went back and looked at old posts. They noticed that Claressa was still training with Tony, still posting videos with him. Even during the same period she said she was already single. That raised questions. People started asking whether there was overlap again, or whether the situation had been adjusted later to look cleaner than it really was. At that point, the conversation
I'm up here listening to this live, and I see so much misinformation. I'm lying, saying that this woman owes tax money. Why are y'all lying saying that her image is ruined?
I want to get emotional, you know what I'm saying? But me and my sister got the same mama and same daddy, and we grew up together. And, you know, she just, you work so hard to make all this money and to have a good life for yourself. And then the people who you want to share it with, they just change on you.
Shifted from just one messy situation to a pattern. And once people start seeing patterns, they begin to judge everything that comes after through that same lens. Fast forward to more recent events, and things only got louder when 50 Cent stepped into the situation. When he started posting and hinting that Claressa might have been talking to another man while being publicly involved with Papoose, it brought everything back into the spotlight. Now it wasn't just about how the relationship started. It became about what might still be happening right now. That made the story feel active instead of something from the past. What made things more intense was Claressa's reaction. Instead of staying quiet or keeping things private, she went the opposite way. She began sharing very personal details about her relationship. It seemed like she wanted to prove that everything between her and Papoose was strong, loyal, and real. But for a lot of people watching, it had the opposite effect. The more she shared, the more uncomfortable it started to feel. Instead of looking like a solid relationship, some viewers felt like they were seeing too much, like boundaries were missing. And that created a new kind of conversation, not just about loyalty, but about control and balance in the relationship. At the same time, people started paying closer attention to Papoose. His behavior stood out because it felt different from the image he had built over the years. This is someone who was known for being loyal, especially during his marriage to Remy Ma. He had a reputation for standing by his partner no matter what, and that earned him a lot of respect. Now, people feel like they're seeing a different version of him. Some believe he's staying quiet when he should speak up. Others think he's going along with situations that don't match the strong, steady image he once had. That contrast is what's making everything feel strange. It's not just about Claressa anymore. It's about how Papoose fits into all of this. People are asking whether he's fully in control of his choices or just trying to keep the relationship together no matter what. Then there's Claressa's personality and past behavior, which also plays a role in how people see things. She's known for being outspoken and confident, but there have been moments that made people question her approach. For example, there was a time she called into a boxing show pretending to be a fan to defend herself, but people quickly recognized her voice. That situation made some viewers feel like she tries to control narratives in unusual ways. She has also spoken openly about tension within her own family, including issues with her sister. While being honest about personal struggles isn't a bad thing, some people see it as another example of conflict following her in different areas of life. When you combine all of these moments, it creates an image that influences how new rumors are received. Even if something is unproven, people are more likely to believe it if it fits what they already think they know. Another detail that added to the conversation was when Claressa talked about turning down athletes from major leagues to be with Papoose. Instead of impressing people, that statement raised more questions. Some pointed out the age difference between them and wondered why she highlighted younger options while choosing someone significantly older. At the same time, Papoose was still in the process of separating from Remy Ma. That made the timing feel even more complicated. It gave the impression that one chapter hadn't fully ended before another one began. Still, despite all the criticism, Claressa has been very open about her feelings. She has shown love publicly, released a song dedicated to him, and even spoken about building a future together. From her side, it looks like she is serious and fully committed. That's what makes the situation feel so divided.